Ah, oh, 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 whoa. I just heard myself. What is up? What's the count? Alright, we gotta be quiet, brother. Today, we have to be kind of quiet. Just kidding! Oh, man. Let me sort some things out. I'll be right with you. I gotta take another freaking rip. Taking the rip. This guy with curls is taking a rip and used to wear rip curl boarding shorts. Clothing company. Clothing company. Oh, that was awesome. I miss Rip Curl. What is up? I miss Rip Curl. Anybody know that brand? The ocean clothing to go to the ocean. It's funny. It's funny how, say, for example, look, it's funny how this thing works this way, right? Like my face. By the way, how you doing? My name's Ever. Yeah, it's funny. Check this out. It's funny how the universe of where we are, reality. Thanks to reality, we have nitros, RCs. Like if it wasn't for reality or for the space or whatever you want to call this matrix, we would not have nitros or anything else we want to grab, right? Or experience. Well, look, it's funny how reality makes you a face where it tells you how you are or supposed to be or what your purpose is. For to say, say you're a nurse, you have nurse fixtures. Like for example, me, I have deep eyes because I see deeply. Kind of like going through the rabbit hole, but it's endless. People go crazy. I mean, they don't go crazy. It's just they're just signified, classified as crazy because nobody can figure out what the fuck they're talking about. I mean, it's not something anybody would want to try to figure out because it's a trap. It's an endless trap. Well, it's not a trap because if it was a trap, you can stop and you're like stuck, right? But it's like, it's not a loop. It's kind of like the void. You can't call it the void. What tires are those? Oh, don't worry, I'll tell you right now in a second. They're on road tires, but they're foam tires, and I gotta let you know what's going on. If if you've been keeping up with the channel, but just let me finish saying this. If it wasn't for the reality, then you know. But it's funny how everything works. Like for example, I was telling you, I look deeply. I got a big mouth because fuck, I'm always telling people what's going. Like, hey, watch out. Like if I say, or even though my ears, um, they're kind of small, but it's a deception. I don't know what that would signify. But look, like my eyes and my nose, and then my big head. A lot of people tell me it's smart, and I'm not saying that because I want to flatter myself and try to impress anybody. Smart is not being good. It's just knowing how to be specific, how to find something measurable, how to find something you can acquire, something uh, you can that it's relevant, right? Something that is time bound. So all those words, the word smart is an acronym for like, and that's what I'm trying to say. Your Cosmo, your face. For women, they use makeup to cover their face, right? They all actually use makeup, you know, right? Well, I'm talking about makeup, but trying to kind of prove a point here that everything is amazing because today we get to deal with a savage. But yeah, like in cosmology, they call it cosmology because they're selling products to cover your cosmos, and that's your planets, and that's your energy that makes you, right? So anyway, we're not here to learn. Oh, we're not here to talk about the spiritual world, right? But this is spiritual. You got to know that. That's the only reason why we do this. But I'm not here also to talk about lectures or stories or. I'm here to let you know what's up with this Savage. I fucking geared it to like not to the moon, but I geared it so I can try to go faster than before, and it didn't work out. And Angie, Texas, if you can see these foam tires, I was gonna try out to see how that works, and I can't remember if it's still geared up too high with these wheels. But I have a 30 tooth and a 20 tooth, and I tried on. First, I tried. I can't remember if I didn't. I can't remember if I tried these out, but excuse me, I sure did try out the ones I did the 55 with, the Proline's whole shots. So I did use these, and let me just tell you, it made these brand new clutch shoes fucking just break. That's what I'm gonna find out if it costs too much heat because you like if it's geared up too high, you will ruin your clutch shoes right away. Even though it can go pretty okay, your clutch shoes will wear out soon because that the moment it's trying to take off, like right as soon as it gets to like what 5-10 miles an hour, it hooks on, or maybe a little faster. It hooks on. So what I'm saying is it rotates 1-to-1 with the crankshaft. So your clutch bell will run will like hook. It'll hook and it'll become like it becomes one, right? And not until you slow down, there'll be a separation, right? Just like let me just go back into the spirit world. Just like if you vibrate low, you're slowing down when you're actually vibrating low. You're feeling bad. Um, that's because it's just separation of you, yourself, and your higher self. Anyway, so this is separation, right? When this thing slows down with the clutch bell. You know what I'm saying? It all reflects on the person too. This is why I love it because every time I work on this thing, I can see something reflective on me. Like for example, the other day I was telling everybody that your car tells a lot about you. The brand you buy and the brand you're going for tells a lot about you. Like me, I bought an Audi, And the only reason why I buy an Audi is because I break down a lot. me, like mentally, emotionally. Not break down, but I'm like, and sometimes I don't want to do anything. So my car's completely broken down. But I'm not. I'm trying to get up, brother. I'm trying to speed up. My vibration. And that's why I love this thing, because it just reminds me of myself, of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. But anyway, they say your car tells a lot about you, even though if it doesn't matter how expensive it is, just the brand and the make. Even in the word, the definition of the word or the brand of the make of the car or the model, that can be even more detailing in you. It could go on furthermore in details. Anyway, so um, yeah, it's geared up way too high. I'm pretty sure this thing, it got caught. So if I start it, it won't idle. It'll get caught because it's hooking up. I snapped a spring. I'm pretty sure. Not snapped. Something went wrong in there, so I gotta fix that. But it did go. Um, first gear was like 40 miles an hour. Not even. Not even. I'm exaggerating. Like almost 30. But the thing is that I put it on the stand and I tried. Well, I revved it up and it revved fine. It revved up fine, but it wasn't. The shift point on the two-speed wasn't shifting, and I think I have it too high. That's another thing I need to check. Why am I using this fucking thing? So I need to check that. So three things: the clutch bell. Oh, the fuel tank. Damn, the fuel tank, magnificent. Man, I do not remember testing it out with these wheels. I think I was still having problems. Look, it's not good to gear it this high, even though you put the smallest of the wheels. It's just too much load, initiative load. Like you gotta know. I don't know much, but I can tell you, if I bring this downhill, if I let it roll downhill and try to do a speed run downhill, it'll fucking go fast and it'll take off nicely, right? And damn, but like if you're trying to take off, like it'll run better when this thing is a high RPM, because the engine, the faster it's revving, it makes it makes the power by revving faster. It doesn't have all the initial power in the beginning. And that's why it kept shutting down, because the fucking load is way too high in the beginning. So in the beginning, it's probably starting with like a fraction of its horsepower, and engines don't make their horsepower until they're at their top peak. The highest, their top peak, full wide open throttle, right? Top peak, top RPM, at the top rev limit, right? So they suck taking off. I can't do the speed run like this. It might have the power after second gear, but I'm gonna have to push it. Just like a fucking what do you call those cars? Land speed fucking cars, man. Like a land speed car. Push it or tie it behind the car. You know what I was thinking? Tie it on the car on an e-bike and push it and then just let go of it. Right? While I'm accelerating. Hey, it would work. It will work. It could work. That's why I'm trying to explain that the engine, it's not gonna show its true potential if you gear it up way too high like that. It has to be revving up, like at its top peak. What is up, Draco? How you doing, brother? I saw that Savage. I know you got a Savage, brother. Um, it's Savage month, and I was gonna move on something else because I've been kind of dealing with this and I want to take a break. But I said, fuck that. I didn't want to. Even though It gets me tired talking. Ooh, man. Pardon me, man. I wasn't expecting that. But Savage Month, fantastic. We have until February. I mean, I agree with the dateline. You know, I was thinking all year, man. Hey, I was like, all year, we can just do it 2026 all year. Check out who. Just out of curiosity, somebody wants to check out a speed run of 2026, right? If you're doing speed run, just we already said it was gonna be called. Oh, I don't know if you want a hashtag. Well, just hashtag Savage Speed Run. But there's a few of us. I'm waiting for a few. Pimp just had yeah, he had difficulties the other day. I did too. The same day. The same day I watched this video, I got motivated to go out there, grabbed it, went, tried to start it, and it kept shutting off when I was trying to rev it on the stand. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because it's geared way too high. All right, let's take this off. Let me get stuff ready. Give me a sec. So here's the deal. I got a 32 spur. I'm gonna go back to 40, and I'm not gonna use these because I got my specials. Not my special. I mean my top secret wheels. Like I've tested all wheels. I've tested. Let me put this aside. I'm not saying I'm a pro, but I can tell you which one is best overall. Like for example, the Savage. You know the Savage has some big ass wheels. Excuse my language, but it got some big wheels, right? Like what do you, what am I talking about here? Look, you see these? Like it's like this size, right? And if you want to go faster, of course you need to have lighter wheels, right? So it doesn't lose all that power into spinning the wheels. So the lighter, the better. So I went with this. Then I try to use this and gear it up. But then I geared it up as much as I could, and I do not have a 35. I think a 35 will do fine. That's what I gotta wait. But uh, I can't order that right now. So foams are better for speed runs, my opinion. Oh yeah, of course, brother. Look, these are foams. So I had the foams on, but I was trying to explain how there is a trade-off and there is a combination, like a code. And not any combination is going to be able to open what you're trying to achieve, right? That's the rule of the game. Any game, even with your so the success you're trying to achieve, it takes steps, right? And takes parts of you to put together, right? Like this car, and like I was saying, or you're saying, or anybody's opinion would know, foams are better in speedruns, but there is like I can gear it down and this thing will do fine. I could probably keep on gearing it up. Look, I have not tested it with these, but the thing is that I was trying to tell everybody is that, oh yeah, I did, but it kept shutting off. And I'm on that. I tested it out and it kept shutting off. And the reason why I'm trying to also figure out, I'm pretty sure it's because it's geared up too high. It doesn't have the initial power. The load is too high and it just, for some reason, just shuts it off. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that, but you can actually like hold a flywheel when it's idling. You can hold it with your finger. If it was off the engine, you can hold it, and it's not gonna be that hard. It doesn't. It's like not even that. How can I say? Yeah, hard, tough. It's not gonna be difficult. It's gonna be soft. It's actually softer than it is because it's not really making power. But look, the trade-off is you can't really gear it all the way high because then also you got all these big gears in there that got to spin way faster, right? And that's going to just damage things. You know, it could damage, I don't know if it can or not, but they're going to spin way faster to a point where they're going to break. But the thing is that there's a trade-off and we don't know which is best overall. It could be best, obviously, with the foams, but I think, like for instance, I'm not gonna be able to gear up that high, even though it does make the power enough at top peak. Well, this thing is revving high. It's not gonna be able to push this out without probably stopping, without bogging out, because it's just geared up too high either way. Like right now, it would do fine, but I'm not sure if it'll do the 50. You know, it's not going to do the 50 because it's topping out with these. So I'm thinking 35. With the 35 and the 20 would do okay. But then since I'm going to be waiting for the opportunity, for the chance to buy the gear and then wait for it until it gets here, like about 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna, within those 2 weeks, I'm curious. I'm wondering, what will it do with these wheels? Because I specifically got these for speed running monster truck. Well, so I can call it a 100% monster truck. Because right now there's no rules. Right now you can do anything to it. It's not. And right now you can use these any kind of wheels. But if you really want to do a monster truck uh challenge, you gotta use monster truck wheels, right? If you want to call it a legit monster truck, the fastest monster truck, you know, getting the most out of it with monster truck wheels. And what size? I mean, all they gotta be is just monster truck, right? And the best ones overall that I was just thinking about would be these GT2s. Any other one is probably too wide. It's a little bit heavier. I mean, the lightest ones that I know of would be these. The Savage, I mean, the T-Max wheels, those wheels, they explode. You don't want that. This thing, these tires, oh man. These GT2 tires, they don't make them the same anymore. They're not the same. The new ones that they came out with, the new Savage, they're not the same. These are fucking like, they're pretty thick. They smell like your bicycle tire. And then these other ones that I bought from China that are bigger smell like they smell like the Home Depot lawnmower tires. You know you get for like a pressure washer or something. It smells more like plastic mixed with rubber, and this one smells like 100% rubber. or more rubber, probably plastic or whatever it has, but it doesn't feel like as plastic as like those other ones that try to do a speed run because they're bigger, 170. These are 160 and they stretch out. Oh yeah, they did fine, brother. They did fine. So the whole thing here is that there's a little waiting list, and and I have till February, and that's good. That's gonna make me hurry up and get tense with this going back and forth. So check it out. Since I don't have the gear right now, and by the time I get it, it's gonna be like 2 weeks to get a 35 tooth spur gear. I'm gonna gear up. I mean gear down and try with this. You know what I'm saying? I'll forget about the foams right now. Like the foams, I already gotta say it. I really gotta say it's not worth it. You have this big old shaft. You have this big old arm. There's it's just not worth it, and there's no point. Yes, it's gonna take off faster, but then, like I said, I gear it up too high, and it won't take off. I'm gonna have to push it at a certain speed so it can make power to take off, right? And that's what I'm just gonna do. Only, what is up? Those slick rig tires, head on the right now, probably the best choice for speedrun. Well, there's different categories. That's what I'm trying to explain. There's different categories. I have one. If anybody like, if I win with these, you know, if I make it with these, um, I'm saying if I make it with these, then cool, you know. But if I have to go faster, I mean, that's not what I was trying to say. Like, check it out. If I make it with these wheels and somebody tries to say, hey, those are not monster truck tires, I'll gear up and bust these out, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I hope, because those are my intentions. I mean, I'm still gonna do it from the start. Doesn't have to be. It was already in my mind to it was already in my mind to take care of that. Take care of the what's gonna happen. I wanna go find out. Let's go and find out. Can't go and find out until I get this done. So let's go, let's go. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. Opie, the animal, the gutter punk king. Ah, that's a long one. That's a nice one. But bro, I got 350 YouTube subs and YouTube verified for a bunch of YouTube channels. Do you want to roll by my bro? Oh, thanks for the invitation. Team Higher Veloz. Thanks, brother. Brother, like, the yellow ones is just to make the statement of, I already did the speed run. If you go to my channel, I have a speed run with these. And I got 50, 54. Yeah, 54. Yeah, I got 54. Something like that. And I wanted to gear up, but I don't have any more gears, right? So I decided to gear up, but I geared up way too high because I was thinking this 30 would do, but I needed a 35 tooth. So gearing up this high with foams, it's still doesn't give this a chance to take off. I think so. That's what happened, man. Or you know what, brother? I'll be honest. I think I just remember what happened. I I was about to go out with these, and yeah, I just remember what happened. I can see it clearly. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm not tired. I'm just a little pressured with with what's going on, and look, dumbfounded because look, I wasn't the only one that had difficulties yesterday. But yeah, I just remember clearly. I was testing these out. It was going fucking fast. And the engine wasn't even fucking revving that high like usual. Right? It was going probably like you would know. I remember how much sound it made trying to go down my street. And how quick. Well, not the quickness, but the sound it made. So this time it made less sound but the same speed. So it's geared up, right? But it's way too high. And when I stopped to come back and test out these wheels, because it was just geared up too high, I went back out there and tried to start it. And once when it started, it would go by itself. It wouldn't idle. And that's due to the clutch belt being broken. So it's like stuck with it's stuck with the bell. So it's not freewheeling. Like I'll turn it on and it won't idle. The wheels will spin if I hold the wheels. It'll just shut off. Okay, it'll try to engage. It'll engage, brother. It'll shut off. So let's go and do that. I mean, look, y'all want me? Look, just like how I said, I was about to go and do the speed run with this, but y'all, are you curious of knowing? Because I am curious. Now that I remember that I couldn't get a chance to see if this thing runs okay, which it is. Y'all want to see a video? I mean, it's not gonna break a speed run. I don't have any other way to gear up. This is the highest I go. If I go any lower, it's not gonna fit on the spur gear adapter, right? Let me show you all. Oh, if I go any lower, it's not gonna fit on the spur gear adapter. The spur gear adapter's size is already the size of the spur gear. Let's see if y'all can see that. Just check it out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Look at that. I think. Oh, lights. Y'all see that? So I was wrong. I didn't get a chance. I thought I did, and it wouldn't go. But Draco, um, I want to know what it does. But like I said, I couldn't get a chance. The clutch just broke from from the other wheels. So let's get to it. Let's fix that real quick. Set it aside. I'll just put a quick video tomorrow. And how's the speed run going? No notification from YouTube, brother. I was gonna do testing yesterday, and then testing today. And turns out I'm geared up too high. See, one of the things I thought that it was just that my engine was bugging out because it was geared up too high, but I also had a bad plug. I put a brand new plug, and I have some plugs that are sealed. They're in their package, and they don't work good. I mean, I wonder if they go bad by time. They shouldn't. Anyway, I don't want to get to that, but yeah. But anyway, Draco, I'm gonna get this. I'm curious too. I'm not curious. I want to know what speed does it do like this? Cause look, I did try to get some of those bananas, those gone bananas. Big old. Don't know if you've seen them, but they're for the X Max. I've seen those big damn bananas, man. They don't. They're like this size, and they're no bigger, right? And they would be perfect, brother. Perfect for these savage speed runs. So perfect. But I just can't get my hands on any of them. Don't know why they won't make them anymore. But hey, look. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So far yesterday, what I did was put this fuel tank, and it works wonderful. I mean, it works marvelous. It works amazing. Didn't think it would work that great. Never saw a bubble. Even when it was really low on fuel, it didn't start making bubbles. It was freaking awesome. I was pretty happy about it. So I have this engine raced up to have that 32th spur gear, and man, I tell you, it needs to go back down. It's too high. They would do perfect pass falls for 1.8. Yeah, I want to see if it has a little bit of a if it's a little torquey, you know. If it's a little torquey, hopefully I get a chance to do a little drag time, see what it does in the quarter. Because after the speed run, I might want to make it the quickest, which they're pretty fast, right? But look, what if it does better on phones? Gearing it up and phones. But gearing it up right. Right now, I don't even know how how the Savage runs. Like I said, I was about to go out there and this thing just didn't want to idle. So there's snow up there. I'm over here in Cali and it's pretty warm. It was warm today. I'm surprised a few of you guys are getting snow. But that's over there in the East Coast. But here I'm gonna take advantage of that. Look, the street sweepers coming in tomorrow on Wednesday, first of the month. And right now I'm not busy at work. So I'm gonna take the chance to go and do that speed run with the Schumacher Fusion, man. I've been waiting to do a speed run. And my RS4, just in case you're wondering, my RS4 with the big block, I'm gonna do that the following week because I need a chance to break in that engine, finish breaking it in. Okay, I have the gear. Oh no, we're leaving the 32. Right? Let's see what it does. So it failed. 32s, spur gear with the 22 clutch bell and these trigger wheels 4.0 failed. It didn't have enough with the overall 2089. 2088, I mean. Okay. I'm a little behind. I think we got it. Yeah, so that's changing. That's changing. Cool. Wrong one back there. I did put new shoes yesterday, and even though, oh yeah, I told you, right? It's geared up too high. Geared up too high, brother. It destroyed my clutch shoes. I'll show you how they ended up like. Oh, what the? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So let me see what happened here. What? Ah, I think it was too low. Yeah, okay, so I had the clutch belt a little too low, but it wasn't scraping. So as soon as it started wearing out, some of the material went up. So it usually happens, right? It went up and it just slid sideways. So it didn't get destroyed. It's still intact. I These are HSP clutch shoes and I modify them. You can always modify your clutch shoes if you want to get more life out of them by just making that slit where the clutch spring goes deeper. So yeah, that's they're not popped. What happened was, oh, the camera's down here. I thought it was on the other side. Dum. Okay. Uh so you see this edge right here, this spot right there where my finger is, right? Excuse my dirty nails. That's distracting. Ever didn't get this. So the material, whatever gets hot right here, real hot, it goes up, right? It gets mushed up here, and then it manages to reach the top of the thing. And I had my clutch bell really close down there, not close to the clutch bells, but like the top part is really close to the clutch bell. But it wasn't scraping. Not until it started building up material from it heating up, like right here on this edge. Oh man, where is Animal Planet? I need to borrow a camera. So yeah, you can see it just built up, and it gave like extra. How can I call that? I don't know how to call that, brother. Excuse my ignorance. But yeah, there's this aluminum that went built up, and now there's material from here that found its way up here, or it just squished the edge up higher, so it gave it a higher thing right there, and that's enough to make the clutch bell spin. So I'm just gonna clean that off. Well, it's gonna happen again, right? What I'm gonna do is shim it higher, a little higher. All right, whatever. Let's do this. Make sure to clean it up. Ah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I forgot to shave off. You know how you do your wood trimming? That wood thing, you do the edges to get the rough edges off. That's what I need to do to these. Oh, yeah. Why did I? Give me a second. So pretty basic, simple. And the only reason why I like to get that close is because I like to have all the contact, all the surface contact, the whole surface contact of the clutch bell and the clutch shoe. You know, you can get away with having a little bit up, but it's just I don't know. That's a little problem, man. It's like just put a shim and get the forget the sanding. It's not sanding. It's more like shaving, grinding. Grinding sounds off. It's a little bit off. Guess with this wheel, we go. Having a hard time choosing which wheel am I gonna use. Make sure you peace. So I can see from here. Yeah, you can't tell. You can't tell, and that's how close I have. Oh, right there. There's some squished up right here on this edge. What? Make it. Uh, make it smooth. Operate smooth. So the reason why I need to do it. Oh, whoa, brother. Shit. Holy crap. My God. My goodness. Well, I forgot to cover the nipple. The inlet valve is not covered. That's a problem. Oh, man. My nipple is exposed. There we go. Got it covered. Get your nipples. What can we call those? Nipple. Nipple covers. Excuse me, guys. Excuse. Excuse me. All right, good. So we finally figured out what the problem was. A good thing it wasn't that bad because, oh man, I'll tell you, I was already expecting way too much work. I feel like I'm sculpting. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I think I gotta do it to here, maybe the whole thing. You don't want to do this without glasses, brother. You get those little things in your eye. Oh man. Oh man. Forget it. You might have to go to the hospital. I had to pluck something, a shard, a shaving that was stuck in my eye, in my eyeball, not in my eye, in my eyeball. It was caught in there. It was caught in there, man. Like, I ran to the bathroom without blinking. I've never done that. And I did a good job because I thought if I blinked, it was going to go in deeper. So it was in my eyeball and I plucked it out. Oh, man. That just, oh, man, that was awful. It's an awful feeling. All right, let me blow this thing off. Yeah, man, that's good. It's real good. What else was I going to do to this? I was going to do something else. And that's that, says R. Kelly. Um, what else do I need to tell you about this? If you missed the build, brother, did I build it on the live? Can't remember. I think I did. Oh yeah, I did it. It's pretty badass. I'm gonna do it again. Look, I got that savage. Once I do this run over there, once I do this run and I test it out, see how this goes. If I get 55, pretty cool. You know, pretty quick and fast, and it runs better. I'm gonna keep it like this, and not let anybody know how fast I got. I'm just gonna do a video and be like, okay, I'm prepped up. That way, on the last day, I can put it down. Oh, you guys can't even see it. But you already see it in the back. That's why I was out the way. So we'll see. Maybe this is the way to go with foam tires. But look, brother, I got these prepped up. They're already glued and ready to freaking ready to fall, ready to rotate. Just in case anybody triggers me when they say that's not a real monster truck run, speed run. No, I gotta do both. I have to do both. This is zero restrictions, right? All you need to have is a Savage, um, a Savage chassis, HPI Savage chassis, right? Don't matter what wheels, don't matter what fuel tank. Just a chassis, a roller. Does a roller include the fuel tank? I gotta figure that out later. Okay, awesomeness. Good luck to you, brother, if you're gonna run. Good luck to you. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Let's see what I did this time. Last time I had a bunch of shims because I didn't want to use this special shim you get with your Savage clutch belt. They don't give it to you anymore. I mean, they don't give it to you anymore. The only time I ever had one of these in the package with the clutch belt was once. Just one time. The many times, just one time. And that goes in between your bearings. So you have your I trimmed it out because it's pretty low. You know? I can't use a regular clutch nut to hold that flywheel with these clutch shoes because these clutch shoes are from HSP. And if you use the Savage ones, they're not gonna work. But you can always make it work, just make it fit. So right there, I think that's too high. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I am scraping on you. Oh, and it's not just there, it's everywhere. Got a bunch of chunks. Okay, we gotta do more cleanup. The bearing is fine. You hear that? That's all the material that was squished out. That's how tight the tolerance is, even on the side. I think I'm gonna have to remove. Like I'm telling you, these clutch shoes are bigger than the Savage ones. And if I use like this flywheel also, this flywheel is not for a Savage. So just letting you know, it's for I think Offna. And then the pattern for it's a little bit bigger, wider. But that's not the one problem. That's one thing also that's gonna be difficult to. But see, look, you gotta understand. You gotta know that you gotta scoot the flywheel all the way back, as close as you can to the crankcase in order to get everything to work and align with the flywheel. I mean, with the spur gear, or else you're gonna have your clutch bell interfere with your spur gear. On this 21, and that's because the 21, if you put a 28 on it, the 28 has a slightly longer block, if I'm not mistaken. Or get my block. What's up here? Wait, I'm probably wrong. Might be wrong. Probably the same. But no, I'm pretty sure the. Yeah, let me get the HPI one. The 25. Well, this one is a little shorter, like a millimeter or two, but I can see how it's shorter. But the 21, I'm pretty sure the 21's crankcase is short, and it's not as big as this SH crankcase. But I gotta find one. I don't think I have a Force 21. But I'll tell you what, brother, that's the reason why they don't fit. Yeah, look, I'll give you, look, from your mounting holes. It's a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to show you. I don't know what I'm telling you. I don't know. Yes, you're not gonna be able to tell, but it's a little bit bigger and it interferes, brother. But that's the reason why you gotta scoot it all the way back and find the proper flywheel, or else it's going to rub, rub. It's going to rub. So let's fix this thing, man. I'm getting concerned. Oh, there's also material. Oh man. So I can grind it together just to clean it off. Yeah, it's super tight on the walls. But this time, like, I'm pretty sure that happened because it got really hot. I can just imagine. You know, a lot of slippage happens when it's trying to take off. There is some more. It looks like melted paint. I mean, drip paint. Like if the material dripped. But that's what happens. It got really hot and it was able to get moved easier. Spread, gets mushed. Don't know the word for that. Maybe if you call it deformation. Deformation. What springs are you using for the springs? The stock ones. They come in a package with it. You're talking about the clutch springs? Yeah, there's like yeah, the springs are just the ones that come with, and then just make them. A Smith's industrial spring. Well, I would think I would. I don't know. I don't know how to. They measure it by how. A point nine would be what? Point nine. Point nine what? Like pounds? Because Schumacher measures them at like at what RPM would it engage? Like they have springs that are for 12,000, 10,000, and 7,000 RPM, but they're pretty strong. I test them. Like if when you fold them, they're like pretty strong. Like a regular clutch bell. I mean a regular clutch shoe. Straight off like that, the ones you usually ever get. They're kind of they're kind of like soft, and they are. But the thing is that I made these things stiff by pressing them together, just stiffening up the spring. But just squeezing them with pliers the opposite way they extend out, right? They do the spring load. You can like when you put them close together, it makes them stronger. But then it's also more difficult to put them on there if you don't have a tool or if you have this modded freaking half a clutch nut right there, right? The clutch nut, that's what it's called. You see what this does now? Yeah, that's really close. That's okay. You're gonna add another shim. See what? Oh, no wonder it was too close. It's missing the shim. Okay, I'm gonna go like this with this. This should be fine. One thing I want to check is just give it another thorough inspection. Make sure it's just smooth. It took off those deformation. It's just material that got built up, pushed off the way instead of shredding out because it's too hot. Instead of getting like scraped out from wear, normal wear, it just gets pushed out. Like can't describe it. Something solid getting pushed. Wait, I got some more right here. But it was the way to go for me, brother. These clutch shoes, I got 30 of them for 10, 10 sets with the springs for, I think it was $34. Yeah, $34 shit for a 10 set. And it was for HSB from China, China company, but then later they were all sold out. Not too long. I managed to get two. Yeah, that's good. Hold on a sec. Yay. Yeah, so the diameter will determine that. For drag, I'm using 1 to 1. So 1 to 1.1. Is that for the RPM? Measured at RPM? Because I'm thinking at 1K. No, wait. Drag, I'm using 1 pound. Oh. Yeah, I gotta look into that so I can know. And also, I know that, like, I gotta get into it, so I'm well aware. A little bit more. This is a little bit high, but it looks okay. See, that spins better than before when I put new bearings and it spins better now. Oh, right. A thicker spring is a stiffer spring. Oh, it's a 1 millimeter. So it's measured by millimeter how thick the spring is because yeah, that also can determine how stiff the spring is. If it's measured by how thick it is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I get you. That's what it. If that's what it is, then yes. Yes, it makes sense. It makes all the sense. But like I was saying, Schumacher, they have springs, but their springs are springs. The ones everybody knows, like a. I gotta show you. I gotta show you because tomorrow I'm gonna be working. Well, soon I'll be with the Schumachers doing Schumacher things. Schumacher things, right? So these are the springs for the Schumacher 3 speeds. And they're the same thickness, but some of them, well, no, not the same thickness. Yeah, same thickness, just a little longer to have it more spring loaded, and one softer. No, you're right. I'm wrong. They do have them in different thickness, but also in different lengths. So the stronger it is to compress, the later it shifts. Right? Same idea with the other springs. I thought they went a different way, like, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking about the thickness of the spring. Okay, so let's do that right here. I think I'm staying right here like this with this one. Go like really don't. I'm gonna put it back how it was. Like this time, I'm not gonna have to worry about it because I already cut this out, shaved it, cleaned it out. That way, if it and then that little play right there is just from from it not being aligned. But once I put the other bearing, it's like so quiet. See that? Because it's really close. So I'm gonna go ahead and not do this one. I think this one goes up here. So yeah, if I leave one, hear that. All right, we're golden. Okay, so that goes there. One bearing got shimmed out. Now, this is the thing I'm talking about. It's very important, brother, to have this on there. It supports both bearings. I used to blow these bearings. Not they wouldn't like. How can I say this? I would have to replace them constantly, and ever since I started using that spring, I've been using used bearings, and I don't remember me having to replace them because they popped. They help. It helps to keep it aligned and not bend from the force of the clutch belt. But look at that. Okay, from there you gotta go light as possible. So I didn't have a big old shim that's 5 by whatever. So I cut and I cut a bearing and I took off the inner part, the inner race or the inner ring. It's nice and thick, nice and wide. Sticks out a lot. But before that, I gotta put my security. So I'm gonna put a little shim right there, and then put a large shim. Not a large shim, but a wide shim. Like this one's a 5 by 7, and this one, not the thickness, just the wideness. How large it is. 5 by 7 by 0.5, right? And this one's the same, 0.5. But this one's a 5 by 10 or 9. No, 10. It's 5 by 10. Now I'll make sure it's not interfering. And then right there. And then my top shim, the last shim, is sticking out a little bit more out than the crankshaft. And my nut, my screw right here, the last part, is gonna put a little bit of pressure until it reaches the crankshaft, right? The screw. It's not much. And then my screw is pressing everything down, including the bearings. All the inner diameters are connected thanks to putting that little, with a big old washer in between the bearings. I can complete the connection from here all the way to the crankshaft, the bottom where I started with my shims, right? And that's gonna help a lot. It's gonna help a lot. And then you don't need all that play. Because having play right here, what you need is clearance, brother. What you need is clearance. They don't tell you this because they want you to, I don't know, figure it out or keep buying bearings. But bearings do wear out. But what I'm saying is that it's gonna be a long time. You're gonna forget the fact that you ever change bearings because you're gonna forget the time that you're gonna realize, or probably not even ever realize until you stop buying bearings. But look, you're gonna be able to use the bearings the way they're made and intended to. Well, not intended, but you're gonna be able to squeeze out all the power, like you're trying to do with your engine when you're trying to get to be the fastest, right? You gotta get the most out of it and the best, because if they're not functioning the way they're supposed to function, they're just gonna not last long. But then here, man, you got that thing locked in and it's not moving, and that's what it wants. Because a little bit of like flex going side to side with the rings trying to pull in and out against each other or away from each other, it's just slowly it's gonna wear down and then boom. But this way, that play, oh man, it's like it's incredible. I would say it's like half a point one. Anyway, let's move on. So you might look into that because the Traxxas way is the commerce way, the marketing way. It's the way they make money. That's why they put a clip on there, a C clip on the end of the engine, right? C clip. I mean, if they would have made it like any other Savage, how the Savage comes, maybe they would have done something right. Their RC cars work, but their engines are shit. Like all their engines are, not talking trash, but they're disposable. They're to get you started. Yeah, they're disposable. Those engines are disposable. Not talking shit, they're great engines. They haul ass, but they're designed to just break down real quick. Like I said, a lot of people have told me everything on that RTR is just to get you started, brother. Start in the hobby. Because then you want more power, you get to Novarosas and stuff like that. Start not just buy an engine, more parts, and then parts that are not even for that car. You're right about that. Yeah, brother. Okay, let's get to it. So I got the engine. Engine's on there. Like I said, I had to raise this thing up because it just won't reach. The gear, the clutch wheel's too small that it won't reach it on top. Right? And I run out of room. Like I would have to push it all the way over there. Let me see if I can get you a better view. So engine's pretty tedious to put it, but it's not impossible. Unless, I mean, sometimes it is. So, hold on a sec. Give my drink. Get my drink on. Get my drink on. Not alcohol, brother. I don't drink alcohol. I can't. Like I used to be an alcoholic, not proud of it, but I'll tell you what, all the alcohol that I was able to drink in my lifetime, I drank it in like 2 years. So no, I'm a 25 year. I was I was an alcoholic for 25 years. They tried to tell me that I had to belong in the AA class in order to stay sober. Instead of telling me that I need to find a way how to make myself take the decision because I lie to myself too much and I can believe my own lies. So can you imagine the confusion that's in me? that was in me. Not anymore. Not until I realized, holy crap, I've been making myself do things that I don't want to do, right? But they told me I wouldn't be able to do it without therapy and whatnot. I mean, look, we got therapy right here, but that not this kind of therapy. Like going to meetings and stuff like that. But in reality, you have to find out what's causing it, right? Every problem, even in the RC car, you're not gonna you're not gonna be able to figure out the issue, the problem, if you don't diagnose it. And if you can't find it, then oh man, it's not impossible. It sounds terrible. I mean, awful. But that's what we're here for, brother. Everything is a problem. For you to get up the chair is a problem. You got to figure out how to get up the chair. Obviously, you got legs, right? And you're like, yeah, I got legs. I can get up, and this is how they function, right? That's one thing. But then you have your other problem where you got to figure out your emotions or a reason why. Sometimes you ask yourself, is there anything to do? You know, you got to figure out how to walk to the bathroom. You got to calculate everything. Right now, we're calculating our. We should have just busted out the damn calculator to figure out what gearing we need to get 55. But I don't know, brother. I'm not trying to be difficult here. But tell you what, I think I'm on the right road, on the right track because Draco came through. He's like, bro, what's up with the speed run on phones? I'm like, damn. I don't know what happened, brother. I do apologize. I don't know what happened. I couldn't remember if I did or did not. I was just assuming. So 3040 Nitro RC Sam, what is up, brother? But hey, tomorrow, I'm excited now. I'm pumped. Tomorrow, excuse me. Give me a sec. Before I start yapping about some other thing, brother, don't forget to get yourself a Dremel. If you got clutch shoes, if you're dealing with those clutch shoes, the ones that have a slit in the middle, right? Your usual 1/8 scale, you can make them work again. Get yourself one of those clutch bills with the wheel. Clutch bills, Dremels. Let me show you just a second so you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. But get yourself a Dremel. It might be too much, brother, but if you don't have a way to get more clutch shoes, get yourself a Dremel, and even 1/8 scale, even any other clutch shoe. For example, get yourself one of these Dremels with the wheel, and you see these slits where the spring goes. This is a regular spring that wraps around. Right, you got the other piece. These are different. You got the spring in the middle. Let's just give you guys a clear view. This is not. Even with this big old. These are HSP two shoe clutch shoes. Two shoe set. And even with these, you can make that slit right there in the middle deeper. But the ones I'm using right now are these. And you can see I already made this one. Right? I already worked up this one a little bit right there. You see that how deep that is? Deeper than your regular one. Wait, this one's is this one? No, this one isn't worked. But look, the thing is that when you put your spring on there, when it wears down, and then this one is like worn down when they're new because the spring is a little big and it kind of it's almost flush with the surface of the clutch shoe. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Because if you have the Savage, original Savage ones, good. But if you come across HSP ones, well, you got to look out for this. Oh, man. Like you put your clutch, your spring, you see all that meat you have to play around with. And these are like that because if you come across HSP clutch shoes, the 3 shoe clutch aluminum ones, they're going to be kind of like well like that, right? And that's not good for a Savage. It's not good because if you notice, HSP doesn't have big blocks, and they use this as for their big blocks on the VX18 or the SH18, or I think the 21. I think there is a 21. Yeah, there is a 21. Yeah. So, but anyway, they do not have that much power. And then this is kind of almost to the surface, so that's not going to give you a lot of playtime until that thing just wears out. And if you don't take it out and replace it, you might damage your clutch bell from the inside because the steel will grind it up. Steel against steel, no good. Aluminum against steel, aluminum will give out. And even with your ordinary other ones, like these ones for Savage, those are already deep. But as long as you got material, you don't split them in half, you can stiffen up the spring. You grab your spring and you just don't open them because when they engage, these are pulling outwards apart from each other, right? But when you stiffen them up, bring them close to each other. Squeeze them towards each other. So, oh man, keep thinking I'm on the wrong lens. So, you see how they're on each end, when it engages, they go apart from each other. They open. But to stiffen them up, you just grab this tip and this tip, just bring them together and squeeze them together so they're closer now. And that's gonna make them stiffer. And then if you grind this up, it's gonna get more wobbly, so you're gonna have to make it stiffer just to get back to the normal stiffness, right? Because the deeper you go, the more space there is for the spring to close up more. So you're gonna have to give it more tension. But it all works out. And then this will help out just in case you can't get your hands on the set. But then you gotta be careful. Like I said, if you use it too much, you ruin the clutch bell. That's that. Remember, get yourself one of those things, because if you're careful, you can also just get better at your skill of grinding something. You know, worst thing that can happen is just. And the same thing goes with that one spring that goes on here. All you have to do is just cut it if it's too loose and make it shorter. These springs. And that's one of the problems that you will have if they're too loose. When you turn on your engine, your car's gonna want to go when it's and a lot of times it's gonna shut off if you hold it because it's engaging enough. Just being on idle, it's making the springs engage on the clutch bell, right? So stiffening up will fix that. Like back to factory settings. You know, if it's a used up spring, you can stiffen it up because, yeah, your thing's not gonna idle. You're gonna think you need to reduce the RPM, but it's already too low. That's gonna shut off, right? So at 1,000 RPMs, it could definitely affect if your clutch shoes are too loose. So watch out for that. Dude, I got lost in that one, man. I picked up some trees this time. Oh, dude, that gets you. Just trying to share right now. I just fucking, I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain. But usually I dab and I smoke concentrates. This time I got some flour, man. That thing, the flour makes you fucking, it makes you get lost. And I got lost in that explanation pretty good. Like when I snapped out of it, it was unusual. It might be unusual for me to say unusual, but man. Okay, well, it's time to struggle with this. Did I just say struggle? No, I didn't mean to say struggle, brother. But I am gonna get myself prepared. Give me a sec. Taking one for the team. Team 420. Only RC made me. Only RC made me how do you say flat and made me blush. Not blush. Yeah, I can say blush. I was moved. I felt the love. He was like, yeah, team of higher velocity. I was like, brother, yeah, that's right. We are a team. Hold on a sec. We are a team. The A team. Okay, I'm prepped. I am ready to go. Dana, how you doing, brother? Dana. Wire ties on fuel lines. I found out can cause air leak and distort the line around the fitting. Wire ties on fuel lines? What do you mean wires? Um, I'm not getting you there, brother, but yeah, can cause air leaks. Oh, you're talking about this? The 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 zip ties bad? They're bad? I mean, I mean, because yeah, I don't see that. I don't see how you can have air leaks by sealing it. That way you don't have any air escaping. And then I put it just on this side because the fuel line is 3 millimeters in the middle, and the nipple, the inlet, is smaller. So putting it on there is it's not going to stay fit like if you put it on here, because this one is way bigger than that inlet. Look, you gotta note first that I took the time to mod this fuel tank. I used a drill bit to increase the hole in the nipples. You know what I'm talking about? The hole right here. The hole right here, the nipples you have, the inlets, they're like this. That come out from the fuel tank. I made them bigger with the drill bit because they were kind of small. I also wait, no. The ones that I had on there were so small. They were for 21. So I grabbed some other ones that I was able to make them bigger with the 2.4 millimeter bit, and then I also had to make the entry for the valve bigger on the fuel tank, the plastic part, where you thread it in. Also on this side, I didn't. I drilled bit. I drilled both of them. I bored out both parts, the inlet valve or the outlet, the little nipple, and then also where the nipple screws into on the fuel tank. So the fuel tank also got drilled out, not just these nipples. Here, let me show you. I know I'm kind of clear. But I'm not satisfied. Because now I gotta show you the nipple. Or the valve, the inlet thing. Because to this point, I was telling myself, I gotta write it down. So these nipples, right? You see that small? That's how big it was. And that, trying to feed that is a no-no. It's gonna have a hard time getting fuel. There's gonna be some kind of interruption, distortion, right? You call it current. Kind of like you. When you move, you're causing current. When money moves, it creates current. When water moves, it creates currents, right? Waves, right? By the way, water is money, emotion. Anyway, the moon is emotional, is emotion, native, attractive. That's why when it's a full moon, it moves tides. There's big waves on full moons. Anyway, um, the current gets disrupted. Fuel flow is a current. The water flow, like down the stream. Oh, thank you, brother. Here, I gotta look into it. Balik at me. I double over another piece of line over the needle nose. Oh yeah, look. Um, to get air bubbles, you can get air bubbles by having your fuel line too short. That's one thing. Another thing is if you're using one of these, you got to make sure that's sealed. And you always test it by having the one end and blowing the one or the other. And if you can blow and not feel like your eyes are going to explode or the side of your cheeks, um, or this pops out, you're not, it's not, you're gonna run it lean. You're not gonna hold the tube because that's one thing you gotta do. And I did it over and over to make sure that this fuel tank was set. Oh, and another thing, I also stiffened up the spring on the fuel cap. The thing that holds the fuel cap down, you also squeeze them together, like pull them together, like if you're trying to wind, do another wind, right? Not outwards. So that shit's like stiff. That's the other thing that I did. So when I ran this thing earlier, brother, there were no fuel bubbles, nothing. Even though I was even running out of fuel, it was already empty, and there were no bubbles, brother. No bubbles until it starts feeding it air, right? Until air starts taking its place. But I tested it, and you can feel it, and then it pressurizes it back to you, and it will beat you. It's like if it wins. The pressure will just, you can feel it when it comes back when you let go. So I could have managed to pop it open or hear it, you know, in the air come out. So I'm good with that. That's one thing that will cause you to get a lot of air bubbles. The zip ties, I really don't see it, brother. Unless you tighten it too much and it starts ripping because of the edge of the nipple, you know? Yeah, so yeah, it's airtight, brother. Like, fuck, my cheeks, my cheeks hurt. Usually you can hear it, and it's always because of the O-ring seal in there. Yeah. And then most of the time you can't see that the fuel tank pops open because the spring's kind of weak. But this thing takes significantly amount of. It's not if it's gonna use that. It's not if it's gonna be necessary to hold that much pressure, brother. You know what I'm saying? But just to make sure, if you can't blow it, pop it open, then there is a problem. kinda, because anybody can have, like, say, the least amount of pressure should be able to 1 pound. Could it be 1 pound? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how much is measured. I know they can measure it, but I wouldn't be able to sense 1 pound. Anyway, uh, the engine. We're on the engine. So fuel line. I thought I had the fuel line way too long. That's another thing that I thought when I was shutting off. That could be happening. Was that too long of a fuel line? And nope. The fuel line, as soon as it primed, excuse me, as soon as it primed, I did not see a damn, because I had it on the stand the whole time, and it kept shutting off. It kept shutting off. I finally, after the third plug that I changed, it started to stay on, but then it kept shutting off because the load was too high. Like this thing, yeah, I can see. Like there's no power when those engines start revving. Like it actually has to be geared down really low to produce power. To produce its own power, right? It has to be revving all the way high. I mean, the higher the better. The higher, the closer to its max power. So, I'm gonna keep the 30 tooth if you're just tuning in. I ran this thing outside earlier with these wheels, and it ran fine, but it couldn't go faster. It probably topped out at 25 miles an hour, and it was just grinding up, slipping the clutch shoes. Didn't work out. There's no way I'm gonna reach that second gear, second speed with those. So I was thinking of gearing down back to 40 and putting these back on, which these are now. Just got them specifically for holding the world record. I'm not kidding. Those stock low C wheels, no, these are actually HPI, and this is gonna be a strictly Savage HPI, and all HP. Oh, the fuel tanks thing gonna be HPI. We'll change it back to its normal one. But yeah, these are HPIs, and these are also HPI um, GT2 ones, and those they don't make them the same no more, brother. That's why I got these. And I was kind of concerned because I was thinking old stock might be a bad decision because these things might be bad, brother. The only reason why I say that I think is because well yeah, when I got my Traxxas T-Max, I only used it once, brother. I only used it once, like during the break-in, and then as soon as I was bashing and having fun with it, the tires blew. I mean, first it started cracking like insanely. It's like if the fire is like, whoosh, just fucking just infested the whole tire like in one day, one night. These, if you get a crack, it'll just be a crack, and 3 months later you'll probably get another crack over here, you know. But those fucking Traxxas, it's like if they're fucking due for deterioration. They have a expiration date. Don't sell your soul. Don't get yourself an expiration date. Yeah, expiration date, brother. It's like they call it planned obsolescence. So everything is designed to last so long for the typical user, right? Kind of like how they tell you follow the break-in instructions in the manual. You know how they tell you that, hey, use these tanks and all that? All that is marketing. But you can figure it out that they're pretty close, giving you a kind of clear indication how to and where to start, right? But the rest of it is marketing, and then you just gotta like, I would not say how to say it, but kind of have to figure it out, brother. That these engines, man, that's what I've been trying to point out too. Besides heating it up, that if you heat it up, you're just gonna have more runtime, a lot more. Anyway, third tooth. Now, what am I missing? No, everything's good. Everything's good. Did I move? No, it's gonna stay in the same position. If I have to move the servo horn, the throttle link. I don't think I have to move it. This Savage throttle link is forgiving. It's like it's no different than the 3.3, the tree mount, the tree servo horn tree. That is nuts. No way. I think I might found an issue with my stuff. There's some stuff in them. See, that's another thing I thought that that having something stuck in the valve, the fuel line, the fuel valve. I'm looking for my needles, my sewing needles, so I can poke it out. Cause I don't want to open it. Let's just open it. Let me take it out. Yeah, my needle. Oh, yeah. There's something in it. Shit. No, the other ones before you show. Oh no, those are pro lines. Whole shots 4.0s. These ones. Yeah, I got these ones, and I was just going for like, you know, bit wider, bigger diameter, and then the smallest width. Oh, nice! You got some Novaroses. Oh, the other ones? Oh no, yeah, those are not Losies either. These are HPIs. The wheel dish is HPI. Yeah, and they look like the Losi Truggy tires. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, these ones are HPIs. Dish. I'll show you the box right here. HPI 70 icon. So they are 66, 80, 83 millimeters. And I don't know how thick. It doesn't say right off the gate right here. Because they do say on when you buy them on the description. But you can still get these. Just go get some dish wheels. Yeah, that's what you gotta look for. 88 by 56 millimeters. If you want the part number, it's 3153. It's a 17 millimeter hub. Also, that's a good thing. You know, for back in the day, surprised they had a 17 millimeter one. I mean, not that I know, but the regular ones, oh, I have somewhere else. But some of them are 14. or 17 with that dumb stupid adapter. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, they're 17. Anyway, yeah, these are you can get these on eBay already pre-glued from China. But look, I didn't want to get those because I didn't see the HPI brand. You know, they could still be like the other ones they have available that smell like Home Depot tires. These don't smell like Home Depot tires. These smell like those tires you get like at a bicycle shop. You know, they're not in. Yeah, they smell like inner tubes. They don't smell. Yeah, they smell like inner tubes. That's what. That's what I was trying to look for. Because those other ones that I bought, let me show you, did not have any fucking traction. And these smell like fucking plastic. See, and I was going for the bigger, and then these are 88 millimeters um in width, right? So, and I wanted to try these. I wanted to gear down, but put bigger tires, right? But it's not gonna work because the bigger the tire, the bigger the tire's gonna have, not the wheel. And it's gonna be a lot more difficult to have any traction, especially with these, that these do not. And then plus, look at the threading. It's like, what was I thinking? And then when you balloon these tires, they turn into pizza cutters like that. And look at that. Look at the way they're gonna try to get traction. There's nothing in the middle. And with these, brother, you have that in the middle. When it balloons out, at least this much is getting on it. But not these. These they balloon and because that's what happens. I think once I get to a certain speed, I already tested this out. You can't really tell on the video, but if you go check it out, or if you've seen it, I finally got these things tuning. When I did, it was just putting it was just putting the power to the ground at will, and as soon as it got to its speed, it would just lose it. I think like 30, it would just lose traction and tail whip and just not have any control. But that's what I was going for. And there's some pro lines that are like 89 millimeters by, but they're huge. And I mean, I think that's what I'm saying. I think my best bet are these size tires, because also the bigger you go, the heavier it is, right? So that's more power loss. Parasitic loss, brother. And I don't want that. I was that's why I was trying to go for these. Like these were my best options because you avoid a little bit less weight and all that ballooning, right? And then you have a tighter wheel, a tighter tire that withstand rotation, a high RPM, right? But hey, I forgot about this, brother. I was confused when I started, man. I thought I did go out there and it was still geared too high, but it wasn't. I remember that I went out there. I changed the wheels after I did the run with these, and it didn't work out. So it got pretty. I don't know. It hurt. I was disappointed. I thought I was on the right track, but anyway, that's okay. Came back. I put these on, tried to start it, and then I had the clutch belt problem. But tomorrow, y'all stay tuned tomorrow. I mean, y'all tune in tomorrow. I should have this the same day. And it shouldn't take too long for me to just upload it. And I wouldn't have to say much, but run it like this. Be like, hey, I'm setting up the record for phones. You know, too many records, brother. Just okay. That's it. Start putting this intro. Oh yeah. Hey, I got a Truggy, brother. The Kyosho ST, and I put a 2-speed on it, and it's doing right now 58 with a Dynamite, Dynamite 28 Platinum, the Dynamite Platinum 28. Oh yeah, no worries, Dana. How do I say it? Am I saying your name? You're at Dana, Dana or Dana, Dana, right? Duratrack's an old 6-pack, man. They don't make him no more. Yeah, brother. Yeah, everything's about not saving money, but making us unaware that we're making them rich easier, right? With cheaper stuff to produce or pricing things over. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff, but I can tell you there's something wrong, brother. There is something wrong. There's something wrong that we need to be. We need to bring up the attention of more. But anyway, not right now. But I love speed, brother, not the drugs. I love going fast, making things faster. So what I'm gonna do is I need to raise it up. I had 2 screws, 2 nuts on it, so it goes on the bottom of the mount. Call it a standoff. It is a standoff, brother. What am I talking about? Oh, tettos. One, two, three. Oh, tilted more. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Jeez. First thing is got to put the nut after. Good thing I have to put a nut too. I mean, that helps out a lot. But I gotta put a nut, and then this one. Gotta get it out of here. Switch it off with this one. It's a little longer. There's one section, one side on the engine mount that you can't put a long screw. It has to be short. One more. One more time. So who's running Savage? You got a Savage, Dana? Dana. Oh yeah, not your pimp be having a blast. You're into vintage ones, right? I'm more into like just more like I'm gonna be honest, like one of my dream builds is coming. But I'd like to get an OFNA car. I mean OFNA, a Arma, like an Arma on-road car, and put a twin engine on it. Twin twin engines. I'm gonna do that later on. But as far as going fast and modifying, I don't think I have a regular car just like that by itself. Most all of them are just modded. Yeah, they're all modded. Yeah. I don't have that many, but they're all modded. And my deal is I close the deal anytime. I gotta go out there and check out what I did to it new, different. Don't like going out there having the same experience because I already did, and I like to see what else they can do or what more can it do, right? So to speak, because I'm asking for speed. I have those Schumacher Fusions. Like I already got the 45 on the T Max. I don't know how much the Savage was rated at, but that's pretty difficult to get. Like in the beginning, pretty difficult to grab a brand new T Max and go out there and get 45. There's always something going wrong. Whatever it is, it just takes a lot of time. And I had to put two screws, not just one. It doesn't reach. Thought I only had to put one. Okay, we're going back to two, I guess. Where do you go? All right, two screws it is. In that case, I'm going back to the regular long ones that I had over here. I already had a set, but since I was using one nut, I had to put a shorter one. Here we go. And they don't thread in. If you ever raise your engine, don't put thread in. I mean, screws the size for, I mean, nuts for the size of the screw where it threads in. This one just they slide in and out. So, and I'm just using them for spacers. See that? Yeah, don't use because you won't be able to tighten it, brother. You're gonna tighten one screw and then it's gonna lock and the other thing's gonna be all oopsie. Once the weather breaks out here, man, I'm gonna run my Albeo VT28 with the Novarossi 28 going in that. Damn, I will try some speed runs. But oh yeah, brother, you have a channel, right? I just subscribed to your channel. There isn't any, but we'll be waiting for you. We'll be waiting for your to see your stuff, brother. Are you a big collector or you're just new to the hobby? I'm new to the hobby. Let's say 5 years, 6, 7, lost count. Oh, oh. Where you go? What do y'all think? Like, well, I'll tell you what I think. I think I'm gonna hit 45 top. 45 top if I don't bust the transmission from making it spin so fast. That's one of the things I wanted to avoid. But we'll see how that works. These are the times when I want to say I want to find out. But most of the time, I should know. Okay, I missed one. Oh, oh, oh. Where's that one from? Oh no, I'm missing one. I'm missing one. Give me a second. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Anybody remember Carmen from San Diego? Yeah, where the hell did that nut go? Jeez, it's probably over here stuck somewhere. I'll get it after. All right, here we go. Give it 2 revolutions. 2 revolutions each. Got quiet all of a sudden. I mean, I've been quiet. I'm not sick or anything, brother. I don't know. There's so much going on in my life and in my mind. In my head. It's all in my head, but look, it's pretty disturbing. And then you think too much, and then you get to a point where you just get tired of thinking too much. But then you find yourself thinking too much. And then you get tired of finding yourself thinking too much. And then it just gets worse, brother. That was not fun. Okay, let me see. But worse comes to worse, my people comes first, brother. So I am just in the RC nut job. Love my RC engines and trip cars. You know what I mean, bro? Oh yeah. It's all like it's all like if you want to talk about spiritually speaking. No, not spiritually. Emotionally. A lot of times I get these instances where I can sense and smell the environment or like the presence of something that reminds me of what I'm doing, right? For example, uh, it brought me a shitload of joy, brother, when I first saw a RC car. I couldn't afford it. I didn't quite know what it was. I mean, I did know what it was, but I just thought it was fascinating. I just thought it was fascinating for some reason, you know, and it made me feel a certain way that is just like mind blowing, like kind of like if you do fucking LSD or ayahuasca, you know, you have like a awakening or you have a realization or some kind of spiritual awakening. That's what it feels like, brother. And when you get a chance to feel the past, that makes you, you know, you always you keep on doing it. It's like a hit of a special dopamine. But anyway, no, it's all in the heart, brother. I can tell you that it's all in the heart. I would say people that only I'm not gonna say people, but my brothers that only are only in electric are kind of rude. Just like people that drive Teslas are rude. Not rude, but they're like kind of like not humble, not humble, not cool, not cool, not warm. They're not warm inside. They're not. They won't like they've disrespected me for no reason just for being with Nitro. Yeah, stuck up, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying they're wrong for being stuck up. I know I'm stuck up, you know, with my fucking with what I do. You can say because if you try to tell me don't do it that way, and if I can see that it's not the right way or not a good way, then I'm gonna try to argue that and try not to do that way. But not stuck up. Not really. I'm not really stuck up. I can I can get angry. No, I don't get hurt. I get angry. I mean, I get angry because they hurt me. So first comes the pain, the emotional pain, and then it comes the anger. All right. I didn't check my mesh. How I check my mesh is just by the click, how loud it is, and how much. You hear that? Can you hear that? Watch. Let's. Let me see if you can hear that. I'm just playing. Here. So I'm hitting it pretty hard, and that gives me like pretty good indication. I would like it to make less noise and have less play. The noise doesn't really count, but you can hear the play. You can feel the play. So I'm okay with that. Kinda. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna send it, but then I'm gonna check the alignment. The alignment of the bearings is very important too. And it's kind of off. It's like outwards. Not outwards, but here. Yeah, it's very important not to just get the mesh, but the alignment too, brother. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do. Because it's gonna help you. Like right now, I'm way too tight. And you have like there's a lot of twisting movement where you can adjust. Like seems like you can also adjust it side to side. Well, I like that right there. Holy crap! Did I get it right? There's a way to get it perfect. Like right there. That's bad. Y'all hear that? That's grinding. It's turning, but it's grinding. Like like that's the grinding, but then the the gears they make noise either way, right? You see that? Now I hit it play. This is the same as earlier. It matters a lot to me to get it straight because I've learned my lesson, and I think I've stared at it too much, and I think somewhere in my dreams I got answers. I just don't know how I just became to know that if it's not perpendicular, right? Is that the word? Both of the gears on the top they have to be perpendicular, and then also you have to have the mesh because you can wear one side off way too quick because they're gonna try to behave like they're gonna try to work like spiral cut gears, right? Well, spiral cut gears are straight, but they seem like they work sideways. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but look, to me, they're straight on this side and mesh a little wrong. But I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. It's not like we're putting too much load with these wheels. Then I'll be able to know right here. You got too far apart, brother. You're just gonna operate on the weak part. You gotta join more together. You know what I mean? It's like we need to mesh up too, all of us. Not too close, not too far apart. Just right. You know what I'm saying? No? I do kind of have a feeling of what I'm saying because it just moved me. It inspired me. So there's some. It looks like glue. Okay, got the mesh, got the thing right there, got that right there on. Yeah, I gotta do that before I put the pipe. There's some glue on there. Oh, is that a 10? The hell is this? I'm way off. Oh, someone took my little wrench. Dang, lost it. Oh, it's over here. Keychain wrench comes in handy sometimes. Someone check the whole thing. I've done it plenty of times and never seen it leak. There was this great myth that you could only do this once. There it is. Oh, it flew out. It was plastic. Now, I don't think it went in there. It was a pretty good chunk. And it distinguishes it. You can see it from the aluminum, even though it looks aluminum. You can spot it. But what I want to check, yeah, this one too. I don't see anything. Should be good. That also can mess with your damn tune, brother. I'm not kidding. Wow. Okay. Anyway, I had to lean the shit out of it. Good thing it never overheated though. It was just too fucking lean because it was too geared too high. 7 millimeter? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that could cause a leanage, but I don't know if it can cause it to shut off right away. I'm gonna wait to see how I gotta orientate that part right there. But that plastic part piece came from the fuel tank. I'm just hoping it didn't clog up this fuel line. I'm gonna blow it off right now in a sec. I don't think so. There should have been more pieces there. Yeah, that's fine. I'll learn my lesson. It looks good to me. The fuel line, I can see it. Inspect it one more time, but hey, let me. What was I gonna do? That. Get a better view. pipes going on in a sec. Fuel line in a sec. Um, Tighten it up. And tight. Um, I know there was something else. I just can't remember what the hell it was that I had to check. No, there was THS pipe, torque pipe. Should help a lot on this. I have the Gimar one, the one that's tuned for this engine. And it could perform better. I'll try it later. Oh. Alright, so what I'm do, I'm not using the filter. Don't want any disruption. So, this. Something like that. Do this like this. Gotta put up blankets. Put a zip tie. Just trying to have it touch the cylinder head. It will get not melted but marked up. That's all. Yeah, like I was saying, the fuel flow could have been an issue because of the lineage. Maybe not having lineage instances, but hopefully that does help it out. Well, you can tell, but oh man, what if it's the reason why it was shutting off? Because I was thinking that because when you squeeze a line, right, it shuts off the fuel line. If you squeeze the fuel line, that 10-second rule, it'll shut off itself. Just imagine that there's something stuck in it. So that was on my mind too. But not until I saw that thing, I'm thinking maybe that's the reason why. Because if it's geared up high and it's still gonna run. It's just not gonna shut off. It's just not gonna go any faster, right? And then you're just gonna burn through the clutch shoes, get them all hot, like I did. But good thing they weren't too hot. But it did get hot because I had those clutch shoes are pretty. The off nut clutch belt, it's bigger than the Savage clutch belt. So that explains it. I hope it does. What happened to this? Why is it shorter? Oh. All right, okay. Yeah, I feel a lot better now. Like, knowing that there's another probability of it failing. Okay. Tying up that valve, I'm gonna have to. I'm going to lean. I mean, riching it up. This thing's. Yay, yay. I'm good right here. I am good. Okay, I got better expectations now. I mean, I was pretty tripping. Now I got a better indication of what could be the problem. That has to be. You know what I'm saying? When you squeeze these things, you shorten out the fuel. It'll just die out. All right. What am I moving on next? I gotta prep. Oh, this Savage. After running Savage, I mean tomorrow on Wednesday, I gotta prep this car for Wednesday. I gotta do a speed run already. I'll show you in a second. On road 110 scale speed run. Let me make sure Picasso is done. So y'all want to know what else I did to it? I think I told you about the fuel tank. Oh, rotor start. The rotor start for this Nova Rossi isn't the same as your usual 1/8 scale rotor start. So I had to mount that. I put a longer shaft, so it takes advantage of the whole one-way bearing. It's huge, man. As some needles are fucking huge. It's like twice as long as a regular Savage or any other one. Twice as long. And I know why they have it twice as long, so it won't break when you're trying to start it. Cause this thing you gotta have it fucking hot. I'm telling you, hot as shit, man. Okay. What else did I do to it? I think that's about it. Oh, the shocks. Using 70 weight oil on regular Savage shocks, and with just one spring loader, preloader, which is pretty stiff. You see that? Here, I'll go higher. So, all for the purpose of being able to correct itself without capsizing at 50 miles an hour, right? Because the slightest turn that fast, brother, you just tip over, man. And then low. Another thing I did was straighten out the axles. Your axles. You save your axles by having them straight, but how can you have them straight all the time if it's a monster truck and you have all this travel action, this shock travel action, the arm traveling, this compression, the wheels going up and down, right? So it's gonna be bound to wear quick from those drive cups and the dog bones. So that's why I have them like this, like an Onru. That way they don't, the pin shafts can't find them no more. One pin shaft. Oh, you pinned the crankshaft? You put a pin on the crankshaft so you can use the rotor start? That's pretty cool. Usually you shave it off to make it bump start. Yeah. Hey, I give you props for that. I mean, it's not gonna be. It's not like if you can just use a fucking use my drill bit like I always do. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, it is pinned. Oh, I thought you used. Oh, I thought you put a pin on the crankshaft to put a rotor starter. Hey, brother, what's up, Texas? You ran the Savage. Still couldn't hit the third. How fast were you hitting? Oh, you can't. You can't disclose that. I'm pretty sure you can't. Gotta watch the video, brother. I'm excited to find out what you get if you timed it. Okay, so this is it. I took the Savage out today, brother, and I oh, he's at 35, not fast. Hey, same thing over here. I didn't get more than 35, but it was geared up too high with with these. I tried it with these Pro lines with the same ones. It was geared up too high. I think the highest I got in speed was about 25, and it wouldn't go. But the engine was trying to go, but it wouldn't. But after that, I came back in and I went out trying to test these out, and I didn't get a chance because I guess they got a little bit messed up from being over geared. Too much heat in there in the clutch shoes. And my clearance with the clutch shoes and clutch bells is pretty tight. Yeah, brother, Nova Rossi, they should get back in business. Huh. Nova was supposed to be it, but I don't know what the hell's going on. All I heard was don't buy, and I never ended up buying any. Yeah, brother. Let's see what this finds out. I'm gonna take this outside. Like Draco was like, "Hey, man, the phones are best. You gotta do the phones." And the only reason why I was telling him no is because I thought I had tried them and it was geared too high, also, but it's not. I mean, I don't know. I have to go and find out tomorrow. This is gonna be a little quick run. Just show you guys. Maybe I just put it on the short on a YouTube short. Let you guys hear that thing shift. But I still gotta get it. I still have to get it to shift. My shifting point right now is kind of high, right? I mean, it's kind of high. Data. Oh. Yeah, I'm going back out there tomorrow, brother. I'm gonna go see what it does with these phones. Oh, but one thing I sure do know, it's gonna do good on the drag. So if it's taking off nicely, if I'm busting out some don't, I mean, if I'm spinning the tire at launch, I'm gonna go try it. Because look, I don't think this thing is gonna wheelie or get a chance to be able to wheelie, and I'll be able to kind of like it's gonna catch on better than the monster truck wheels, right? So overall, I'm trying to say you can tune it better, a Savage better, to do better on a drag with some foams. Okay, let me double check all this real quick. Oh, one of my screws came off. I gotta Loctite this. Oh, there's that one screw I was looking for. Yeah, I gotta Loctite this damn screw, brother. Oh, good thing it came off. I mean, oh, where's? I think I remember. That's one thing you always got to deal with. The Savage too. All the screws coming off, getting loose, getting loose. Oh, Texas! But this fuel tank. Oh man, you were here yesterday? I don't know if you're still here. I know you logged in. This fuel tank. Shit, man. It's doing it's doing it. It's doing what it needs to do for this 28. That one didn't go open. Tight. Oh, this one's loose. Some this one. Yeah. All right. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. I need a zip tie. Ties. Not zip tied, more like. Oh, this will work. So I grabbed the zip tie. I mean, food. Yeah, this is not a zip tie. This is a wire. That thing you use tie a tie. Let's just call it a tie, right? And then I tied it on the body clip, on the clip on the bottom. That way it holds it, and it doesn't let it get close to. No, see that? Oh, same problem. And what happened? Oh, it's the wrong side. Oh, craps. Anyway, this thing I'm trying to prevent it from touching the engine. All right, I guess I'm not sure will should help it. Okay, say no more. Woo! Savage is done. Ready for the speed run. Come on, brother. Come on. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, oh, Texas. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I got new wheels. Well, not new, but yeah, they are new, but they don't look new because I tried to glue them and I got them all messed up. They don't look new to my eyes. You can't probably. You could probably not. You can't probably tell. You could probably just. You know what I mean? I'm probably just tripping. Anyway, look. I glued these things, man, and for the first time, and I was worried. You know who got me worried? Um, his channel's name is, oh man, Z Chamberlain. Remember when he was, I don't know if you saw his episode with the RC10, he was like, man, I gotta use something to tie up the tire so when I glue it, you know? But this thing, look, the the inner diameter of the tire is 88. And, well, they're 3 millimeters apart, right? And, yeah, this one's 80, the, 83, the wheel's 83, and I think the tire's 88. But look, and then another thing I thought that I was gonna have to do is just glue the bead, and then where it goes inside the insert, then the ridge, what do you call it? Where the bead goes in the wheel. But I glued the whole thing. I added more fucking glue over here to the edge, not over here all the way. Well, it's kind of I miss a spot right there. But it's usually all the way to the fucking front of the surface of the wheel. The front face of it. You know, it's all the way glued to the edge of it. And I think that's gonna help. I think that's not a bad thing. I don't think that's the way you should do it. But you know how you have that space in there? You open it up and you always find dirt going in there. Well, I added glue, so it's like, but it looks good. It doesn't look like it's off. It's just like how Z Chamberlain was referring to. That you gotta put something to hold the wheel, like a string, a strap, or so to tie it, to hold it right, to hold it together, to hold it tight. That way you don't have any gaps on the wheel. But I don't think that's any. It doesn't really matter on these tires. I mean, I always thought that when these things are ballooning, all the imperfections of balancing just balance themselves out because whatever's happening, whatever physics. But they're glued. Yeah, they're glued, and I glued them to make sure they can hold 100 miles an hour. Because look, there's a seller that has these, the original ones. I mean, these are original tires, but not they don't come with these wheels. But it comes with the original ones, and I didn't want those. I wanted something that would help me have an advantage with wind resistance, right? But you don't want to make it heavier either, brother. Like the lightest, the best, the better. That way you can go faster. 1 mile an hour is faster, brother. Okay, I'm done with this. I'll have that video tomorrow. Didn't I say that, but now that I did, let me find some space. Ooh. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I was gonna do something else like RS4. Work on my RS4. So many things I want to work, but work on. Which one of the things I hate? Choosing. So if you know the Schumacher Fusion, you know the 3-speed. Oh, it's not a pan car. It's a on-road car. Has suspension. This is the Schumacher Fusion 3-speed, and it was a 21. But until I geared it up and I put a 20, a real big block, 21, a 21 9 Novarossi, a bump start engine, and I got. Oh, I've never seen one with the bump start. I made my own bump start version. These usually are rotor start. I made a hole in the bottom and put another thing, but yeah, Schumacher. So right here, I gotta get this prep, and all I gotta do is just put a longer fuel line. I'm not kidding. That's it. Gotta prep it up. Make sure I got a battery. That has a battery. Got the charging lead ready because Wednesday, Wednesday the street sweeper comes by. I'm gonna take the opportunity. So stay tuned for that one. Yeah, I realized that's not the way to go with these fuel lines. They're too short. Way too short. I think I'm gonna put a filter with another extension. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Two yellows. A little longer. Oh yeah, this one's good. Fastest I've gone on a Schumacher Fusion is 74 miles an hour. I could have gone 80 if I would have known I had blown diff bearings on my diff. But the day has come. I mean, the day is coming. Tomorrow. This filter doesn't do much. It's not gonna do much, I mean, but yeah, I might want to put it better on. Um, this one. Oh yeah. I'm not worried about the filter. It already has a filter in there. I'm worried about this one doesn't even have it. I'm worried about it. About shit. This one doesn't have a filter. Take it from this one. Should I use this? I don't want to have it that big because the bigger it is, the harder it's going to be for this thing to push fuel. So if I use this with, I have a different type of mesh somewhere. I'm still thinking, brother. Hold on. Because this would be best, but I don't like the color. There's no blue in here. So it would sound better if I use this one. It's way better. Way better. Way better, brother. Let's go with this one. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a holder on there and mount it right here like this. So it can look fucking awesome. Right? That's all I can do is make it look fucking awesome. I always bore out my fuel lines. Not the fuel lines, the things. So this thing is not gonna be. Oh, can I have it here? Look, I can tie it up right here. That's cool. That is way cool. Check it out. Check this out. So I was trying to figure out where to mount it. Like leave it hanging. Leave it hanging. Nope, that's gonna interfere with the throttle horn. Go right here. But I don't think this one's gonna work unless I'm just gonna zip tie it. Yeah, zip tying it's fine ever. Jeez. Anybody have any Schumachers in the house? I work for you, bro. Damn, 70 plus. That's flying. Oh, for a nitro? You can do it easier on an electric car, brother. All because it doesn't move you. Like, this is how people are able to do. Once you're able to do 80 miles an hour all the time, whenever, on your 80 mile an hour capable, you're just gonna see it okay. But a lot of times we can't take it to 80 because we're so freaking amused. Like me, for instance, I'm so pumped up and it's like, whoa. Um, like it's really distracting to be excited. No, you just gotta go out there and get it. Same thing with everything. You start feeling insecure. Then you start thinking, oh, what if I crash? And then you crash, and then you're like, oh man, I'm gonna crash again. Then you crash again because you said you crashed again. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is once you become a pro, you're not that excited, brother, unless you win real big. Look at this. I don't know if that gets in the way. Hopefully it doesn't. But what y'all think? Yeah, this doesn't get in the way. That's not gonna get in the way. This one's also pressure tested. Test it right now. From the engine, from the pipe. This thing's up already, covering the exhaust port. Air's escaping somewhere, not from here. But anyway, I'm blowing way too much energy. Don't need to blow that much to have it functioning well. Woo! So I did a lot of things to this bump start. Like I'm saying, you don't usually get a bump start fusion in here and it won't fit. But I made it fit. Somehow it fit miraculously. I don't say it because it fit. It wasn't easy. First of all, I had a horrible Dremel. I have a better one. More torque. But okay, we're ready for this one. Yeah. Wide open throttle all the way. Won't have to worry about any pebbles because the street sweeper just passed by. Well, that's my intent, to go out there the day the street sweeper goes, so nobody's out there parked. And then when the street sweeper comes, that's when I'm gonna go for it. Right after it comes. Why? Oh, probably that's not gonna be a good idea. Because after the street sweeper comes by, everybody starts parking. All aspects. What is up, brother? How you doing, brother? But yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that day tomorrow, not Wednesday. Wednesday, tomorrow. Stay tuned for the. I mean, stay put for the Savage speed run on phones. Phones, brother. Oh yeah, Aspect, you're joining us on the speed run, brother. I've been wondering, because I know you are a savage man. I mean, a man that loves and has a nice savage collection. Okay, I got this one ready. What is next? Oh, oh. Reload. Ah, I've been waiting for this speed run too, but I don't have a body for it. Check this little mini. This one, I had a point seven engine. Took it out and put a 2.5. And it's a 2 speed and it has brakes. So I can't wait to get this one out. Little off-road monster truck. It's actually a Truggy. It says Truggy. IRC. But got this one coming soon. Was I gonna do? Oh, this is not the one I was gonna work on. What I wanted to do is reality. What I wanted to do is grab this. Take this 3.3 out and put it 28. Yeah, it's a Mini Revo, and I have a 3.3 on it. It hauls ass. Um, in actuality, I should just gear it up. I should. Here, let me give you guys a better view. Well, you know what? I have a video on this already. If you guys want to check it out, it's called the Mini Kyle Busch. Mini Kyle Busch. But it's the same platform as the Mini Revo. And this thing takes a fucking. It takes torque. I mean, before I put it into a nitro, I had it on 4S, and this sucker took it. This sucker was doing fucking wheelies, brother, with tires. And then at the end of the video, I put these drift tires on it. And let me tell you, this thing was screaming. It was screaming. You know, I do want to put a big block, and I'm going to, but I'm looking at this thing, and I might not have enough room. What y'all think? What I do need to do though is put a pipe on it. This pipe is kind of broken already. I might go with the Stinger pipe, but it's gonna look awkward sticking out. It's gonna look like the mystery van. But yeah, it wasn't that much work. It looks like a lot of work. Looks like it doesn't have brakes. That's one thing. I need to incorporate brakes somehow. Put a servo next to the clutch bell. Put a servo horn with the little rubber piece. But somehow I gotta find brakes. But hey, want to show you guys this cool piece, little ones. I missed out on a wing. We should have put a wing on this. Here, look. I would like. I'm not. I never saw how I can make this thing fit right correctly. I'll leave this for another video. I'm kind of wearing off. Just gonna show you guys what's coming up next. But I got that Savage ready. The Revo. I'm gonna leave it at 55. The way it is. Oh. I'm gonna try these tires on the Revo too. So stay tuned for that one. The Bump Start Revo. I got this thing coming up next. Pimp just did a video on this. This is the Rascal. This is the Rascal Schumacher Rascal. And there's a Schumacher Rascal 2. Schumacher Rascal 2 has a 2-speed. And this one, I got it with the 1-speed, so I put a 2-speed on it. And they got 62 miles an hour. Because this one doesn't have the original engine either. This one has a G3.0. I used to have a .21 G3.0. But I put it on the bike, remember? But just in case you haven't seen it, I haven't seen my video, I have a Nitro bike with a .21. And it runs. But brother, let me just say, if you saw the video, I really wanted to wait till I found better tilting wheels than the ones I have. I mean, I didn't have any wheels. I had the stupid wire. But man, I couldn't scratch that itch. I had to go out there and scratch it like this, and I kind of did not ruin the body. At least it's not missing pieces on the body, but I can glue it back together. I shouldn't have done that, brother. Man, I should have gone to Slowsy. Like later, not too long after. RC Fun busted out a video with the SF01 and with this bike in particular, and it had the Losi Moto Pro bike, that moto bike, right? Pro Moto. Those freaking sliders work on that thing, and they weren't too big or too small like I thought they were. So I'm waiting to order some of those, take this out there, and do a speed run. Because I need a turn, brother. I can't get stuck out there at the end and then try it. And then another thing, I gotta loosen up. I gotta smooth out a lot of things, man. Because this thing is fucking geared up high from normal. These are not the regular gears. This one has now I believe it's a 16 or a 15. But I used to have a 13. And then the spur gear was like a 50, 48. I think I put a 35. Hey, is this a 35? I think it is a 35. Anyway, I need a 35 for the Savage. But look, it's geared up high, like super high, and it still rides. That's one of the things I was concerned that it was too geared up too high that it wasn't gonna be able to catch enough speed to stand on its two wheels. But it does. And I never ended up putting any more weights on the side because this thing has the weight on this side, where the opposite side of the cylinder head, to balance itself. But man, when this thing turns, it just feels like it's gonna fucking just hit the ground. It's kind of heavier than before. Like you gotta understand the engine that comes with this, the shaft is fucking tiny. It's not like a .12 regular standard shaft, SG shaft. It's way smaller. Anyway, yeah, the bearings they used, it wasn't a 5 millimeter fucking shaft. It was like a 4. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the engine is smaller and super lighter. But I'm gonna get those. I need to get those sliders in order to get this thing to so I can get it all the way one end to the other and bring it back. Because it's small. I mean, forget the fact that it's small. This one's coming up. I left you guys hanging on that speed run. I forgot to put the GNS on it too, just to have an idea of how fast it is. This thing is 62. I'm still looking forward to getting 63 or 64. You know, and it's fucking fast. This thing is fast for what it is. It's a two-wheel drive, and it has a G3.0. But like I was telling you about the crankshaft, this one also comes with the .18, but the crankshaft it's a lot smaller, which is gonna give it a lot less torque. But you can tell there's a lot more significant amount of power on this type of setup than the other one. So yeah, go check it out on my other videos if you haven't. Like I never got this with the engine. I mean I did, but it was broken. Never tested it, but I can tell you that this G3.0 HO, it got some hump to it, man. It got some power to it. Okay, next one. I have this Manic that I need to run also with these tires. I got this Manic. It does 52 with the Proline Truggy tires. 52. And it does it quick. And it does it quick, brother. So stay tuned for that one with these. So that's why I got these specifically right with this. That way these are gonna be like my monster truck on road specific. I'm not gonna try to run these on grass or anything like that, brother. Just on road specifically. It's the best you can get out of anything else. For a nitro, my opinion, right? And I couldn't try these. They're too thick. The hex, it'll interfere. It'll bind. It'll start binding with the hub, the wheel. So I couldn't test these out, but I tried these Proline Big Joe's on my twin, and I got 50 easy. But the twin has twin engines, and that's not comparable. You can't compare it to a single engine. Okay. This thing is getting that. Let me show you the rest. It's gonna get that speed run with those. Excuse me. It's gonna get the speed run with those new tires. And let me show you the engine that it has. I got a .46 on this thing. .46 with the torque bar. I call this a torque bar. It's just a freaking. It does help it. Like if I don't have it, it just messes. This thing flexes. The chassis flexes. Got a 46. Got it geared up pretty high. That one's gonna finally. Because the only wheels I was able to fit on them was the truggy wheels. Oh yeah. I know I had something else that I wanted to do. I just can't remember, man. What the hell? Or maybe it's because I finished too fast on that Savage. I thought I was gonna redo the clutch shoes, but nope. Oh, I wanted to start on the Twin Engine Savage, man. Oh, there's so much to do. Let's just stick to that for now. Coming up this week, and I want to say this. That way I can go out there and do it. That actually helps me out to say, so that way I know I said it. But that thing did 50 miles an hour on grass, 50 miles an hour. That it's a Manic, and I got it like that without the engines. I just put a .46 on it because I wanted to compare it with the 36. You know, you got the 36 Manic, and then you have a 46 single engine Manic. Um, the Super Nitro RS4, I don't have to tell you much about it. Just it's going to come. I'm going to have it ready. Should be ready next week. And I do apologize if you're expecting a good run, but I'm almost on my full gallon, and this thing is just it's getting stuck. It's still getting stuck after I fucking. Oh, and every time I start this thing, oh, it has to be hot. Hot? How hot? Fucking. I make sure that crank case is at least 200 and something, over 200 all the time, and then I keep it. I keep it. I keep the hot air on it. That way it keeps it at that temperature. I just monitor it, you know. But it's almost there. All right. Okay, that's that. Well, next month, I'm gonna start building. Start building some more Schumachers. Anything else I want to show you? Oh yeah, yeah. We have one more, two more, one more. One more, one more. I have a JO Max 28 Savage right here with, Savage T-Max geared up all the way high. 21 tooth clutch bell. China clutch bell. Man, that thing's like all messed up already. But anyway, 21 tooth. Then a pinion. It's I believe a 35 tooth pinion. Yep, 35 tooth pinion. 5 millimeter pinion. You can put a pinion on your instead of a slipper clutch eliminator. Put the pinion. Traxxas fuel tank. Hydraulic shocks. Not that it matters, but look, we're at 52 miles an hour with this one, and I think that's my top speed in gearing. Not the most it can get. I think that's as high as it goes in gearing. So I got the Savages. The Savage tires, the yellow ones. I'm gonna put them on here. I'm gonna do that too because all of them are all the speed runs that I have from the monster trucks. They all have those pro lines. Oh yeah, yeah. This thing it's a very rare engine. Don't see these much. This is a Max, not the regular one. It's it's a JL Max. There's also a JL 28. Um, hmm. Okay. Alright, I think that's all I want to show you for now. But if you want to see something cooler, I'll show you my. You want to see my other bike I have, or do you want to see? I'm gonna have this on the show soon. This one is a. I love these tires, man. This one is a Serpent. The Serpent F180. F180. And I do want to have this thing running and show you guys a nice run, man. But let me just tell you, man, this thing is sketchy. Not because it rides sketchy, but because it puts you in a panic mode, brother. I got lucky so many times. I flipped it over and I didn't break the arms. I hit it in the car by losing traction, just spinning out, and I got lucky. Lucky many times. But yeah, Texas, I can't wait till I get to a track, man, brother. Those those serpents, you gotta have them at a track. But hey, I got that Vector too, brother, that I want to speed run with the real engine. Not the Vector, the XL, the cop car, the Lola Cop. So Hyper 21 with boost bottle, I want to take that out and just put a nice Nova Rossi engine and just bust it because I got new axles, hub axles in the front, one way axles, whatever you call that crap. And let me tell you, when they got this, it had the wrong drive cups in there. The they were too small, but somehow they were kind of working and grabbing on the one way bearing, but they were not the right ones. Either way, one of them was broken. One way bearing was broken in the hub. I mean, over here in the middle. But I got it to fix, and when I got it to fix, brother, oh man, they just run so beautiful. This thing just goes in a fucking straight line, man. Despite the fact that these fucking tires are all lopsided, and you know, it just forces it to go straight. Fuck, that's fucking awesome. So much grip. Like I didn't think it had that much grip, brother. Like it makes so much of a difference when you have everything working right. What I mean everything is you don't have a broken one way, so you're not three-wheel driving. You're actually four-wheel driving. Man, and these things they just fucking handle like a champ. You turn them around the corner, shit, pretty fast. This one I want to get it up to 60 if possible. That'd be badass. 60, possibly 70 with the same gearing. The gearing is. Yeah, and I was also able to get brand new 2-speed without the gears, just the 2-speed hub and the engagement, the clutch bells, and a brand new clutch shoes on that thing. And I did that thing you told me to also, Texas, not use the other piece at the end. But man, haven't touched it, and I was fucking ripping it. So I'm surprised the clutch did not give. It didn't give me any BS. Another one I got coming through that I need to start breaking in. I got to do it on the video. Is my RX-8. It's RX-8 with new race engine in there. Nowhere else to race. With the Gimar 9090 90-degree pipe. Yeah, I love them too, brother. I wish I could, but look, you can't use these. You can't use these out there. Just look at all that fucking all those darts exposed. One little pebble in there, and well, they're beautiful. I can't wait also to get to my new Serpent. I have another Serpent. Uh, no engine for the moment, but this is the 898. I mean the 989. This was a 989, man, just collecting dust. That's okay. Got a 989 right here with a bunch of spare parts and one-way bearings and a new lightweight chassis. Super lightweight. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep myself in order and get you guys a little bit more content this year because I'm pretty stoked that a lot of things are turning out okay. Not for the moment. A lot of changes, a lot of complications, but that's how it has to go, right? Um, I think that's gonna be it for today, brother. I really don't have much to do. I'm gonna save the rest of it for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go on the live if I have time. Probably not, but I should be on the live every day, brother, until I get back to work. Because right now I'm on call and I love to do what I love to do, brother. Oh, excuse me. Like to do what I like to do. And right now I'm feeling kind of tired. Didn't really sleep much. I'm not here to complain. Show you. I'm not here. I don't want to start having you hear me complain. But I gotta go, brother. Things always get better in the end. You know, like at a party. Say you're a single man and your buddies invite you to a party, and then all of a sudden, at the last song, you finally end up asking this girl out for a dance. Then you anticipating the next song, but the dance is over. Anyway, oh man, it's all over. It's over, brother. It's over now. Hope y'all, if you have a Savage, I hope you're motivated. I'm doing my best, brother, to motivate you into joining us. It's all a movement. It's all to make noise, brother. To make noise. But yeah, awesome, brother. Y'all have a good one, man. Hey, stay tuned for that video tomorrow. I should have it no later than my time. I'm gonna try to do it early as possible. That way everybody gets a chance, cause you guys are up ahead. Texas, you're like, are you ahead or behind the hours? Because right now, well, I'll check. I'll check if anything. I'll let you guys know on the live tomorrow if I don't get a chance. But I should. I'm looking forward to doing that speed run with those foams on that Savage. And I'm thinking it's going to do at least 45. There's no other way to gear it up anymore because the spur gear, I mean, the slipper clutch is going to exceed the gear, right? It's going to exceed the gear. How do you put it smaller? Can you put a smaller? Yeah, you can probably. You could probably fit a 29 tooth on that slipper clutch eliminator, but I don't have a smaller one. You can put a pinion, 6 millimeter pinion, 6 millimeters. 1:23 a.m. Oh man, what time is it now for me? 11:23. Oh, you're ahead. You're a time ahead. Um. Yeah, brother. I think I'm not gonna hold you up anymore because I don't have any interesting to say. No, bro, that's all I gotta do. I'm pretty tired. My back's starting to hurt now. I'm starting to feel a pulse. All right, y'all, stay wonderful, and don't forget, I might have that video out. I might. Don't forget that I might. I mean, what's the point? Look, brother, I appreciate you joining in. You know, and like I said, you have a savage man. Come on, let's do this. Let's make some noise. And once we get in the headlines, we'll start celebrating. But other than that, brother, y'all have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. Like always, man. It, I wouldn't keep going without you guys. I think that's all I want to say before I don't stop. Y'all have a wonderful one, and thank you. And don't forget to burn night. Don't forget to burn nitro out there by the Bug 44. And thank you for having an interest in nitro. See Chamberlain. And Texas. Texas is just what do you say always, Texas? I know you always say something. You have this, yeah. Oh yeah. All right, brother. You have a wonderful night. Peace.